obviously difficult to let two 3-goal leads get away on opening night against the defending cup champs. But how did you see the game? What's the game story from your perspective?
Well, that part's certainly frustrating. You got to be able to finish that out. We're in position to win the hockey game. Played well enough to win the hockey game. We take a penalty 5-on-6 and we give up a 5-on-6 goal. So we got to do better than that for sure. Certainly there was some things that we did good and some things we got to get better at. So we're going to regroup tomorrow. We're going to look at ways we got to get better. We'll practice short and we got to come out against Vancouver ready to go.
What were your thoughts on the Dillon play? How much did you guys listen from that point of the game on?
Well, you certainly, that Dillon was playing good, so you certainly, wish he would stay in the game. I thought a little bit at times in the game we lost some of our emotional control. Now I'd also say, Dillon's obviously coming off what he's coming off with the injury, and he gets hit from behind in the board, so he's going to be upset. At the end of the day, I thought at best they're probably both 2-minute penalties, but that's the way they called it.
It was opening night, captain's night, to see the captains at center ice and to have the building full. What were your thoughts on the emotional ceremony and maybe the lift that gave your team out of the gate?
The energy was great. It was awesome to see the captains, all those great players. That was awesome. It was great to have fans in the building. All that stuff was great. Obviously you end the game with a sour taste in your mouth, and so that's something we're gonna have to swallow and figure out. But in the end, from a fan perspective, and that it was awesome.
Yeah, how encouraging was it to see you guys score 6 goals after their struggles scoring and scoring them against a very good team?
Yeah, no, obviously a real good goalie. Every game's kind of, it takes on a life of its own. That game, was at times got a little bit chaotic. Certainly great to score. I don't think we can expect to score 6 every night, so we got to find ways to win games without giving up that many goals. We got to buckle down and do a better job. I thought there were times we did and times where we obviously didn't. So got to do a better job in those situations.
I know you're not going to expect 4 goals probably every night, but could you tell how much he had missed playing in that?
It was great. He brings tons of energy. I think Tyler's a really good player, does a ton of good things, finds ways to make defensive plays, offensive plays, and so it was great for him to be back. It was great to see him playing at that level. It's got to give him lots of confidence. It was too bad that we gave away a point in a situation where he played that good.
Lastly, just like on Raymond and Sider, each pick up a point in that team in Sider's case.
Yeah, I thought I thought both guys played good. To be honest with you, I thought both guys did a good number of things. Our power play wasn't good enough overall, so that's an area where both guys can make a real big impact. It wasn't necessarily on their shoulders; it was just in general. But I thought both guys played good. Yep.
Next, go to Max Bolton. You talked the other day about how Tampa sometimes can get more dangerous when they're down. Is that what happened tonight, or do you think you guys played different?
Well, I wouldn't say. I definitely a little bit situational. The goal that hurts is the third goal. To me, that's the one that hurts. Or the fourth goal, maybe. You're in a situation where it's we have a puck on our stick and it goes in our net. And so that one hurts for sure. Now we take a penalty, boom, they score on the power play, which they're dangerous with. Then they get a 5-on-6 goal. When it goes 5-on-6. We got to find a way to make sure we win that game, and we didn't do a good enough job of that.
Next, go to Anton Khan.
Yeah, Jeff, you mentioned this morning about how dangerous the Lightning are when they get behind. I mean, is this a case of just their firepower, or your team sitting back a little bit, or what do you attribute that to?
Yeah, Max just asked me that same question. I'm assuming that you were on mute there, had the speakers down. Like I just said, certainly they know how to push their team with lots of confidence. They know how to push. I didn't. The two disappointing. The goal that goes in 5-on-5 when we have the puck on our stick and we don't get the good breakout spots. It's in your net now. It gives them a little life, and then we didn't get the job done 5-on-6, so we got to be way better.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yep.
Next, go to Ted Colton.
Jeff, I was going to ask you about Nedeljkovic. I mean, early on, but he had a sharp game, and it was pretty sharp. I mean, what did you think of his evening overall? I mean, it's a strange night for a guy like that, I would assume.
Hard night, to play in. I thought actually Ned was on his game. I thought he did a number of good things. I thought, in the early part of the game probably not kept us in it, but I thought he did a good job. Some of the goals, you got Stamkos and 2 power play goals. Those are tough ones there. You end up with the Kucherov one-timer, again, kind of same thing. Those are more breakdowns. You get the miscue behind the net, which ultimately, to be honest with you, RD is supposed to report to spot, and he's supposed to be able to play the puck there. So, those are just, again, it's weird. I thought he played pretty good overall, to be honest with you, and unfortunately it was just a chaotic game, and we gave up that many goals.
Did you ever really feel comfortable there? I mean, even with the 2 or 3 goals there.
I did. I wasn't really worried. I thought we were in a good spot. I was real confident that we were going to find a way to win the hockey game. So it's a gut punch when you don't. Because I was real confident we were going to win the hockey game. I didn't feel like we were getting leaned on a whole bunch, and then they score the goal. Now you give them a chance to pull the goalie, and unfortunately it ends up in your net with the 5-on-6.
Sounds good. Thanks for this, Jeff.
Yeah.
Next, go to Blashill. Jeff, do you think that Dylan hears from the NHL in regards to?
Hey, Jeff, is Dylan okay, I guess, after that hit and
Hold on,
did
Jeff.
you
Hold on, Jeff. We're going to go here and then we'll come to you next. Just, do you think Dylan hears from the NHL? Is that a fine suspension?
I mean, a punch with a glove on. That's my. Maybe I'm old school. I don't think I am. I mean, there's lots of punches without gloves on. I think it's way different if a guy hits a guy with his glove off than with his glove on. I mean, so to me, it's not even. I'd be surprised, but I'm not the NHL.
And then on the 4-on-3, Mo's out there, Lucas is out there. I guess what does that say about the things this coaching staff has to improve on?
Well, I've got faith in both those guys. I think both of them have a lot of game in them. They both are certainly guys that can be really good on the power play. So that's part of the reason why they end up out there. And there's other guys that could be in those spots. I think it's competitive, and ultimately those were the 2 that we decided to go with.
Last question, Dave Holt.
Jeff, in overtime, I'm not sure you ever had control of the puck. How tough is that with the way they can take over a 3-on-3 situation like that?
Yeah, we never did have the puck, and so that certainly makes it difficult. Usually, possession situations, you're okay. We actually had coverage. It wasn't a missed assign. We just kind of got beat on it. So, that's a disappointing. I mean, you want to find a way to win the hockey game there after you obviously have that kind of lead. So all that stuff's disappointing. Like I said, it was a gut punch at the end. But we got to get up tomorrow. We got to find a way to get better for a day, and then find a way to go win a hockey game against Vancouver. That's the reality of life. Thank you.
No,